How many kids need to be traumatized? How many kids need to die?
Local parents are pushing for change within Fargo Public Schools on how it educates and treats children with special needs. They spoke out at tonight's school board meeting, saying their children suffered trauma and abuse in Fargo schools. But not everyone in that packed room supports those students. Valley News Team's education reporter Veronica Marshall brings us both sides of this complicated issue.
She headed to the room in a panic and found two special education teachers physically holding the door closed. She opened the door and found my son curled up in a fetal position, wailing like a wounded animal.
Story after story at the Fargo School Board meeting, like this one, where a mother describes the pictures her son drew to help process what happened at school.
The pictures show my son being carried and dragged down 2 staircases across the school to the crash room.
Or this one, where a mother found out her child had been left in a seclusion room for 6 hours.
I walked into the school and she was inside the seclusion room, hiding underneath a chair with her pants off because they didn't let her use the restroom and she had urinated on her pants.
Parents and community members recounted and expressed the heartbreak and betrayal they say students with special needs and their families witnessed at the hands of the Fargo school system. In the end, 27 pages of testimony, with parents petitioning the board to change Fargo Public Schools' use of seclusion and restraints on students.
We're teaching them that it's okay if adults hurt them and violate their bodies, but it is not okay for them to defend their bodies. We are teaching them that they cannot trust their staff at school.
But that wasn't the only change being called for. Other parents advocated for creating a special education-only facility at Agassiz, asking the board to think of the students and staff who regularly witness the emotional and physical outbursts of challenging students.
We are losing administration, teachers, and staff directly because of behaviors.
Why should a classroom of students need to leave for one student who has consistently displayed this behavior? The school is forced to focus on this one student at the expense of the rest.
One thing both sides agree on, change is needed, and it's needed now. This topic wasn't even on the agenda, but parents wanted board members to consider their stories when they discussed this topic in the future. In Fargo, Veronica Marshall, Valley News Live.
School board members will take up the issue at a retreat on July 25th.